Hi angels, welcome back to another video. So in this video we're going to be making a Cyanotype sneakers. So got some more from Amazon, of course. I like the way how these one dry. I like the color and everything, so I just ordered this cute little set so I can have more colors. This is the one that I already have, I think in like 8 ounce, and it's pretty cool. So I bought this set from, not set, I bought this kit from Amazon, and I have these white sneakers. And also we're gonna need some dry pressed flowers, and the sun is coming out, so this is the perfect time to do all of this. So it came with little instructions, but I'm pretty sure I already got it. Came with 3 colors. I don't know what this one is. Oh, I guess it's the washout. Everything. Got some gloves. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me go show you guys the flowers that we're going to be using to press onto these sneakers. And I think I'm going to go with orange, if I could get it out. So you don't need to mix it or anything. You just apply it onto the fabric, or in this case the sneakers. Let it dry for like 10 minutes in the sun, and then place whatever object you want, and then let it dry again, and then just wash it out. So that's why I'm using this. I have curry underneath my nails. I can't get it out. But that's why they're yellow. But yeah, let's get straight into this video. I'm super excited to see how this one turned out, especially sneakers and using flowers. So yay. I used to make resin art pieces, so I have a ton of flowers, not just in this container right here, but everywhere else. So I'm going to pick out, oops, this one came a little bit way too out. Oh my goodness, everything is falling. But I'm going to pick out a few flowers that I think look cute on the sneakers. And then we're going to go from there. But I usually do it by color, but yeah, I guess not anymore. Now I just pack this up with everything. Oh, I'm going to need some green ones as well. So this is the one that I was looking for. This one just mixed up with everything. I think these will be pretty good. And this one is stuck. And I think the bottom shelf is just glitter. But yeah, let's pick out some flowers. Okay, angels, let's get straight into the video. So this Cyanotype, you don't need to add anything in there. It's just ready to be mixed. So what I did was I poured a little bit out in a cup because that's what I'm going to be using. And I have my brush. I have a ton of flowers that I have just laying around. And I'm going to be using this tape to wrap everything around so that the flowers can stick onto the sneakers and they're not moving around. So now I'm just placing it to see how it's going to look. Cutting off the tape to see if it's going to work out fine. The tape is not really a good idea. It's best to use some saran wrap paper so that you can still use the flowers once you attach the tape on there. Obviously, these are dry pressed flowers, so it's going to be very hard for you to remove them off the tape. So it's a one and done thing. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spread a little bit of the Cyanotype all around the sneakers. Just a little bit, not a lot, on both sneakers. And then after I did that, then I'm going to start adding on there my flowers and everything else. And you can see that it does kind of change color. This video is very, very sped up. The only thing that I would have done differently is add different flowers. I feel like it's the flowers that clash each other. I have a ton of flowers just laying around here. I should have used some of those instead of just reuse the same ones. But you live and you learn through your mistakes. Now I'm just adding some onto the shoes lace as well. The shoes is losing this shape, so I'm adding in there more trash bags so that it can buff out the shoes, so that it could give it a nice shape and that it's not sinking onto one side and that everything looks good. So I'm just going back over it again, seeing where I missed. And then on some on there onto the shoes lace, onto the corners, making sure that everything is good before I start adding on there the flowers. And this one I realized that the corner was sinking in, so I just add more trash bag in there. And this is where we're at. So after I paint on there the Cyanotype, now I can start placing on there the flowers that I want to be using, how I want everything to be laid out, and the camera just keeps on falling. After I figure out how I want the flowers to be looking, the next thing I'm going to do is add on there the tape so that it can stay in place. I want to keep on doing this to cover up the entire shoes. You can just stop whenever you feel like if it's good enough. So this is where I add on the tape, and the flowers did move around a little bit, but I'm going to lift it up and then add some flowers in there where it's missing some spaces. I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other pair of shoes, and this is pretty much it. Looking good so far. Just making sure the flower sticks on there good, and then everything looks pretty good. And it does, so yeah. Lifting up the tape and adding on there more flowers. What I should have done differently is with the tape, I just placed down there my flowers onto the tape and then just attach the tape onto the sneakers. That would have made it so much easier, so I can see how everything is laying out and how everything is looking, and that the tape would not be sticking onto the shoes and onto the trash bag that I have laying on my bed. But it still turned out pretty good. I was going to add on there some dry fruits, but I could not find the 6,000 that I have. So I stuck with the flowers. And I got some more flowers because I wanted different shapes, different everything on there. So now we're going to be doing the corners and the side and the back. And that is pretty much it. Just make sure to fill in all of the space. There's no space in between. And you can see that it's looking good so far. And I think it transferred onto the sneakers decently. I should have wrapped it up with more tape so that it could lay on there flat. But it was my first time doing this, so yeah. After I finished adding on there the flowers and the tape and everything looks good, I went back over it with my tape to make sure that all of the flowers are sticking on the shoes and none of it was sticking off of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now the video is really sped up because you guys get the idea. We're going to be doing the exact same thing to both sneakers. Placing down the flowers, adding on there the tape. To make sure that it sticks on it good. And then adding a little bit more flowers around the back as well. And voila. We have one sneakers finished. We have one more to go. And that's it. Now this is the second sneakers. I already did the front, so I'm just going to be going around the corners and the sides. The camera just keeps on falling. You can tell that I have some of these flowers for a long time, a couple of years to be exact, because some of them completely lose their color. Some of them were actually purple and pink and blue, and now it just looks very grayish, like if the color was just absolutely sucked out of it. But yep, they still transferred on your good, so not too worried about it. Now this is the last corner that we are doing. After this, I'm just going to let it sit outside in the sun, get a little sunshine. By the way, everything that I'm going to be using, I will leave a link for it down in the description box down below. Keep in mind that all of these flowers, I mixed them up, so I don't know where exactly the name of them is, but I know that for a fact that I got them from Amazon. They're just normal flowers. Dry pressed flowers, so that they never die. Well, I killed them today, so. So after I laid out all the flowers and everything, next thing I'm going to do is put it outside in the sun for 10 to 20 minutes. I left it out there for 20 minutes. And you can see how it's going to completely change color. It's going to look way more orange. Now it's like a medium orange. It's going to turn into a very, very bright orange. But yeah, this is how it's looking. Just let it sit in the sun and the sun will do the magic. And voila, you can see how orange it is. Everything looks good. So, it's time to get the scissors and to cut off everything to see how everything turned out. Dun dun dun. Now I'm just looking for my scissors. Some of the corners are synced in. So I guess that's why some of the flowers did not transfer it on there perfectly. But this is how it's looking. I should have cut the tape off the back, then it would be easier for everything to lift up. This had so many layers of tape. I didn't know where to cut. I'm trying not to cut the flowers, but in the end I just gave up on that and I was like, yeah, it is what it is. This is my first little peek and I realized that yeah, it did transfer it on there and it looks good. So now I decided to take off the whole tape on there. Take off the tape, take off the flowers to see how everything is looking. Both of the shoes are not going to look the exact same because I didn't use the exact same flowers. I didn't do the same placement or anything. So they're both unique and different in its own special way. But look at it. It is so cute. I should have added more flowers on there, but yeah, I thought that everything would transfer on there good. Now let's see the other side. The other side looks okay. And I did kind of cut the sneakers with my scissors, unfortunately. But I don't think it's like that obvious. And this is the front. It looks pretty good. And the flowers are just completely stuck onto the tape. I'm not showing you guys how it turned out. It turned out super cute. Now let's see the other sneakers as well. Voila! Looking good. This one I think turned out pretty good. Looks like if I add way more flowers on this one, and I think that's what made it turn out a little bit better than the first sneakers. But both of them they look good. So the final thing that we have to do is wash it out with some hot water and then put it back out in the sun, let it sit, let it dry. And that's pretty much it. Quick and easy. Perfect. What do you guys think? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Looks good. So the flowers have faded a little bit. The one in the front, you can obviously see that they're more visible. This is how the shoes look inside. And then I'm going to show you guys how it looks outside as well. You can kind of see some image at the sides and the corners, but it's not that visible like how it was before. I think I didn't press them down hard enough onto the sneakers. Maybe that's why. But this is how it looks outside. Don't worry, I'm gonna give you guys a better look. Voila, the sides, the corner. If you're paying attention, you can definitely see a few little prints on there, especially on the shoes. That side looked pretty good, and so does this one as well. It did turn out great. I just wish it was more visible, but I'm gonna try this again. Hopefully it will turn out better. But just this is how everything is looking. Yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys.